Namaste friend. Today I wanted to talk to you about this motherland of ours, which is actually taken as a piece of land, but actually it's not. It is a state of consciousness. So we should be proud that we are born here, and this is the oldest civilization, one of the oldest civilization. But if we don't have the remnants of and the proof of the oldest civilization, but a lot has happened actually and transpired here. And then how the knowledge and awakening happened here, and what kind of cosmic, astronomical, scientific knowledge is actually came up here. We'll like to see why it happened here in this part of the land, right? Why is it more of that consciousness that awaken is we get into here than any other part of the world? We'll understand that. So beyond a piece of land, how India is a state of consciousness. Now, our Holy Mother, India, is not just a geographical landmass. It is a living consciousness field, living consciousness field. As we are living, this country is also living consciousness field. How it is, we'll see. Our ancient sages, they chose this piece of land to nurture and themselves into the highest forms of human evolution. And why did the enlightened beings do this and choose this as a hub of spiritual and scientific exploration? One of the reasons is that it is a breathing field of consciousness. So like, as we breathe in from top to bottom, as if from the northern to south, go right up to your Mooladhar, and then Panchapranas happen. So same way from Kailas, when the rays are absorbed, the northern hemisphere has a magnetic field, and from there it gets pushed down and then goes up. The same way our body functions, Kailas is the Sahasrar of this nation. So if you consider the country as a body, then there is a Sahasrar, and as we have, and this is the Shiva Agya Chakra, just the Meru and the above and the Polaris and all the 7 stars, etc., that is seen over there, they all constitute the Sahasrar. So and this is the Kailasa, this is the Shiva's place, where behind this is the pineal gland and there is a pituitary gland. So all this cosmic design and all that breathing that we have, this country also, I don't have a scientific proof, but I assume it is breathing consciousness. So the sages chose this as the most potent land for spiritual evolution. They said this is the place that they should go. And there are many reasons to it, like climate, the energy center, and the geomagnetic field, the electromagnetic field that this place has creates. The kind of the energy grid this country has actually by design, by cosmic design, makes it a unique place on this earth to be in. It's just that we were poverty stuck. We were slaved for many years because people were inward. They were centered into centered awareness. They did not give much of importance to the outside world. That's the reason this country was invaded. The centeredness actually helped them innovate and create a lot of wealth. But how to protect that wealth because of no political will, no organized vision. So we suffered because of that. But you will see that the depression in this part of land, forget the modern generation, IT and workaholic genre. Just forget them. You will see that this part of land has got the minimum depression and psychological problem. Why? That you will see beggars, you will see poor people who do not have enough wealth to sustain their life, but they never get into depression. Why is it? Is because this is a breathing land of state of consciousness where energy activations on its own happens, and human feel it is more important to be in that state of awareness rather than material engagement. Even if they would be engaging materially, these space of consciousness actually pulls them back into the awareness. So obviously there is a state of loss here because we are in a dilemma. We really don't live in the truth and awareness, but land is actually centering you. But we are following the Western world, we are following the modern world, and somehow we want to replicate everything. We are not fully aware of the power within. The power of the land is there, but the power within is not awakened. That's why we are not blossoming fully. So we'll understand how to really understand your existence and the value of being on this land, getting birth on this land, and how energy centers here, and how all the fields of all possibilities and potential can help us grow to our fullest potential on this piece of land. Next part was the subcontinent energy alignment. So the magnetic field helps us actually enhance the spiritual process. So if you really see the grid of energy grid of this country, it is set in such a way that so there are 12 Jyotirlingas, there are, some people say 51 Shakti Pitas, some people say 108 Shakti Pitas. If you talk about Jyotirlingas, 12 Jyotirlingas, they combine it with the 9 planets. So they actually absorb the energy. So 12 into 9 makes it 108. So that is with the Jyotirlinga. And then 108 Shakti Pitas. So they are all around the Jyotirlinga. So that 108 combination makes it actually, but the problem is, if you go to these center, you should not be just going there and having a tour and you had a vacation and you come back. You went into the temple and you were hush-rushed, you were in a crowd and people pushed you, and then somehow you got the darshan and you came back. If you go to these places, you actually sit in the courtyard or the backyard or wherever and meditate over there, and whatever mantras you follow, Shiva mantra or Shakti mantra, you should chant that over there. Even if you can't do it in that courtyard or backyard of the temple, you should go back to the hotel room in that place, and even if you do over there, you're very close to the center of the energy. That also is fine. But having visited these pilgrimages or the centers of energy, you must do this. Meditate over there, chant mantras with all the passion and the devotion and centered awareness. If you do it, you activate. More than getting the material wealth or success in this world, getting into this awareness and knowledge of the existence is most important for human life. That's the purpose for which we have taken this body, human body. Our geometric frequency that this country has got. So the way this, the temples are designed, so like, the gate, the architecture of the north and the south temples are designed in a particular way, north temples are designed in a particular way. So there are Shilpakalas, Vastu Shastra, they say. They have been designed in such a way that there is a geometric frequency when you visit these places, which helps you boost your spiritual energy. Then there are sacred rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati and all. Saraswati, of course, is subterranean now. But even the dried part of it will have the immense vibrational memory of the knowledge, is because many sages have actually had penance and they have done tapa on the banks of these rivers. Kashi came up, so many spiritual centers, Haridwar came up, so many spiritual centers. Like in the same way, Nasik, Ujjain, Haridwar, Prayagraj, all these are high geomagnetic field. Obviously, there's a lot of crowd, so there is, and during the Mahakumbh, there was a lot of mismanagement or management, whatever you would say, for which, the lot of crowd. And managing this was very difficult job. There were hats off to the government, who managed such a big crowd, almost 60 crore people, visiting this Mahakumbha. So obviously with so much of crowd and so there is pollution, there is, human waste that coming out and all. Holding this much of crowd is a difficult thing. But you find a place, even in this crowd, and where you can sit. You're near, in and around this place is great. Is where you can practice all of these things. The other thing is the energy vortices that it creates. Like you talk about the four planets alignment. Sun is also called a planet in Indian astronomy. So Sun, Jupiter, Saturn, and Moon, the alignment around this time, Mahakumbh time, Makar Sankranti onward, and now Mahashivratri, which is coming, and around this time, this alignment happens. Similarly, but during the year, there are many such times when there are such alignments happening. Not exactly these four planets, but then there are other planets which align, which give boost to the energy. So there's Navaratri, there's twice it comes, Dasara comes. So all these times are actually the times for the great astronomical and cosmic alignment of energy. That is why they are celebrated on those particular in those particular months and on those particular days. They are not just for the heck of it. So we need to understand that while we are doing the consciousness exploration and walking that path. So about the magnetic field, which interacts with the human brain wave, they say that there are beta waves, which gets enhanced during particular time. But then overall, as a piece of land here, which is the state of consciousness, there is all possibility of that beta waves getting, more activated in you. So you get charged quickly, and there is an acceleration to your spiritual realization over here, getting more gamma waves into your brain. Himalayas are considered to be the crown chakra, right? Like for this country, it sits as a head. So saints and sages have meditated over there. So if you go to Kailas, Mansarovar, etc., you'll see their energy and vibration. Those sages, there are many sages, saints, who are there in the Himalayan cave somewhere. They don't come in public, but they're there. They are living without food, without water, and somehow they practice all of these things, the tapa, penance, and they've been able to sustain life without a lot of things that we actually need for our daily life. They have a lot of energy imprints, which they have left in these places. So when you visit these places, you will experience those things, and instantly. I mean, like not explainable, in a scientific and literary word, but those imprints are there. There is an aura which actually you experience over there when you visit such places. So, and even when you go to these energy centers all across India, but if you go with this full knowledge and awareness, they are energy centers. And what you need to do over there is meditate, observe your breath, chant those mantras, whichever mantra you want. Right? You could be, Om Namah Shivaya, could be Mahamrityunjay mantra, you could be Devi mantra, Om Aim Him Klim Chamundaya, which it could be Kunjika Stotram, it could be, Lakshmi mantra, Saraswati mantra, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Om Ram Ramaya Namah, Om Sri Krishnaya Namah, Om Sri Sitaya Namah, whatever, So it's like, just to do japa with the Ram, 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 Om, 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 Om. Om is the ultimate cosmic vibration grasper. Okay, so it can. So Bhagavad Gita talks about Om Ittekaksharam Brahma Vyaharan Ma Manusparan. So it says chant Om with the breath, and think of me. Vyaharan, when you actually breathe with Om in your mind mentally, okay, that Pashyanti Naam Jap, and Ma Manushmaran, and think of me. Me is what? Centered awareness. Centered away in what? Undivided, singular. That's Ma Manushmaran. That's how you should remember God as undivided consciousness. Undivided consciousness. What is in you is in me. What is everywhere, whatever is seen, material, non-material, everything is Him. That is how you should remember God. That is this right Bhagavad Smaran. So that's what we should be doing here. Then there are high altitudes, where or this higher, mostly you'll see they are at some altitude. There are electromagnetic energies which are coming out, which actually help us in the heightened state of awareness. So when your energy rises from Kundalini, I will create a video on that. What are these concepts actually? They are more than concept than visible facts in our body, but the energy rises. So these areas, these high altitude places, they help you actually when you go over there. Our ancient scriptures describe, consciousness as the ultimate reality, which is called as Brahman, right? So when you do yoga, meditation, align your mind and body with the universal consciousness, the quantum physics says that, this particular specific situation would actually enhance and accelerate your inner journey. So you understand that inner engineering better, faster, more deeper. So it talked about Shakti Pithas and the Jyotirlingas and how they have actually created a energy grid in this country. So when people go over there, there is a collective consciousness. So there is a heightened human frequency which is absorbing cosmic rhythm. When you go enter into that collective consciousness, you also get charged accordingly. Obviously, your mind has to be free. Not everyone's mind is free. But even if there are handful of people who have got free mind and they are aligning their frequencies, you get an immense benefit of the collective consciousness in such places. So that's why the seekers from across the world, they come. They experience something. We might wonder, why are they coming and visiting here? They're wasting time and all, because we have an easy access to these things, right? In the next neighborhood, there is an energy center for us, and we take it for granted. But those who actually are really seeking in some kind of peace, and they actually want to walk the path of consciousness, they feel it. So that spiritual geography here is such that it mirrors the consciousness, and the chakras actually reflect their energy in these places. So when you do the meditation in such places, it will foster the spiritual awakening. And this also happens because of a specific geographical science, that and of the consciousness. One is there's the magnetic field. It is at a 36-degree latitude, India, right? And this zone is known for the enhanced geomagnetic energy. So what happens is, because of this geomagnetic energy, this pineal gland activation happens very easily over here when you get into deeper. This is third eye, right? You get into the deeper meditation very easily. Modern sciences show that areas of strong geomagnetic forces, they enhance the meditative process. And ancient seers actually chose this land because of this reason. So 108 sacred sites, Shakti Pithas, let's use all of them. Let's use this climate which is more suitable for sattvic food. The Vedic teachings like pranayam, mantra science, etc. help the neuroplasticity and get the mental clarity, and the resonating frequency of the sacred chants synchronize with all of those things in these places and get the higher cognition and expanded awareness.